Hi guys, I hope you all are doing great. This is Lee Cole here. If you will give me a second, we'll do our daily business scope, which happens Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. And I got a really cool show for you today about reinventing yourself. So let me take the link from Twitter and let's populate that into Facebook. Hope you all are having a great Friday morning. Okay, here we go. Well, here we don't go. Okay. McMay, how are you doing? Join me on my daily business scope. How to reinvent yourself. Okay? And we'll put the link there. Bam, let's copy that. Post that. We will post this in LinkedIn. Eldridge, how are you today? Hope you all are having a wonderful Friday. Paste. Very cool. Awesome. And we are good to go. Hope you all are doing great. My name's Lee Cole. A couple of things about me. I have been the Tyler Harris, not just Tyler Harris, the Tyler Harris. How are you? Glad you're on the show. Daily online business scopes happen Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern. My name's Lee Cole. I'm been a full-time online and internet marketing entrepreneur since 2010. It is now 2015, so we're looking at 5 years, 3 years part-time before that. Let's see if I put my glasses on, if I can see, maybe I can see my phone better. Old age, you know. Yeah, very cool. So I've got a lot of stuff to talk about in general on these daily online business scopes about what I call the laptop lifestyle, which is kind of like my way of encapsulating an alternative way of the following: creating a different relationship with life, time, and money. Actually, the light just kind of shines off my glasses and looks goofy there. We'll just watch me introduce people by leaning up and seeing if I can see them. So, on today's show, I want to talk about how to reinvent yourself. LT Photography, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful day. By the way, guys, I see some hearts there. I'm working my way. I think I'm at 3,300 hearts. I'm working my way up to 5,000. So if you like the show, give me some hearts. A quick way to give me a ton of hearts is by doing that to your phone. That is a cool thing to do. Also, if you like the content, follow me. In addition, if you want to share this content with people that you follow, swipe and share left to right on the iPhone. You can share on Twitter, share on Facebook, bottom to top on Android, share on Facebook, share on Twitter. That would be greatly appreciated. Get some more people on here. Simal, how are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Friday morning, or you may be in another part of the world and it's not Friday morning. Wherever you are, I hope things are doing well for you. So, we're going to talk about how to reinvent yourself. And I'm going to tell you a really funny story. So this is a couple of summers ago. I do a lot of content marketing. That's one of the bases of what I do. Rhett, how are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. And guys, give me some hearts. I need to build those hearts up. Anair Dazur, hope you're doing well. And I probably butchered that handle. So, 2 summers ago, I had done a video and a blog post on LinkedIn and also on my blog, which is at internetmaverick.com. So you can go see that, internetmaverick.com. While I'm telling you where to find me, I'm on facebook.com/LeeColeOnline. Facebook.com/LeeColeOnline. Thank you so much for those hearts. LinkedIn.com/IN/Lee Cole Online, and my blog, internetmaverick.com. So, 2 summers ago, I do a lot of... that was Adriana Ruiz, the name that I absolutely butchered, from Costa Rica. Excellent. Glad you're here. How do you say that in Spanish? Bienvenido or something like that? My Spanish is pretty rusty. But, and I mix it up with French because I actually do speak French really well. But so back to the topic. 2 summers ago, I was doing, I do a lot of content marketing, and I had done a video, and I got it right. Bienvenido. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. So I had done a video and a blog post on LinkedIn on my blog, and the title had the word unemployment in it. But basically, I was talking about the kinds of stuff I love to talk about, which is the fact that you need a different relationship with money and time, because just working for a company isn't going to cut it, because on Monday, it doesn't matter. There's no such thing. There's no loyalty anymore, right? So on Monday, you can just walk in, or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, or like a friend of mine, you can find out through social media that you don't have a job anymore. There's no reason to come in on Monday. Fired through social media, didn't even know that he was fired, just picked it up. Hey, they don't need my division anymore. That kind of sucks. But so I did this blog post about, well, how to move from that kind of lifestyle into what I do, which is in control of my own business and talking about internet marketing businesses and network marketing businesses and stuff like that. But it had the word unemployment in it. So I tweeted that out, the link to my blog post and to the LinkedIn post. And for some reason, I usually don't check Twitter that much, but for some reason, like an hour later, I checked Twitter. And here was this message from someone and saying that they wanted to, they read the post and wanted to interview me. Well, I just thought it was a big joke. They said they, wanted to interview me for a radio show and blah, blah, blah. T.R. Ferniehow, I think I got that. How are you? And Quincy, how are you? So we're talking about a funny story that happened to me a couple of summers ago, which ties into the topic of this program. Awesome. I'm glad you are doing well. So I looked at the person's name. They and they said they were a journalist. So I get on Google. Nice to meet you too. So I get on Google and I Google their name, and lo and behold, they're a real legitimate journalist. Well, it turns out this is one of the really funny parts of this story. It turns out that they, at the time, worked for Al Jazeera. And I thought that was funny. I mean, me being interviewed by national media may or may not happen, probably not. But Al Jazeera, I mean, that's like, I just never thought of that. So anyway, it was a young lady. I messaged her back, through Twitter, and hit her up on LinkedIn and said, yeah, sure, you can interview me. I'm not sure what the interview is about, but Reimagine Web, awesome. How are you doing? So I said, yeah, you can interview me. Go ahead. So, long story short, we got on the phone. A very nice young lady, really, and ended up being a friend of mine. And so, she says, well, tell me your story. And now, just so you understand, I got a bunch of people coming on later. The blog post and the video had the word unemployment in it. So she said, well, tell me your story. So I told her all about my story, blah, and I've shared a lot of this with you. I was a salesman for many years, and I taught mathematics for about 10 years, and I had what I call my inner entrepreneur. Oh, thank you for those hearts. I'm trying to get my heart count up, guys, so I need to get it up to 5,000. It's currently about 3,500. So heart, 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 heart if you love the content. Thank you so much. So, just told her the story, and, there was like, oh, I love those hearts streaming in. Thank you. So there was like this moment of silence after I finished the story, and she said, Lee, that is a wonderful story. Unfortunately, we can't use you. And I said, that's cool. I said, let me, Jeff, I can't pronounce that, but anyway, I think Jeff. Let's go with Jeff. Jeff, how are you? So she said, Lee, I can't use you. Oh, I love those hearts. Thank you so much. And I said, let me guess. I'm too positive. She said, yeah, you're too positive. Basic, I mean, look, it's media, right? So they wanted to play up the pathos of the whole thing. And they wanted people who had been unemployed for several years and stuff like that. Mick, how are you? Or Mick May. And I said, that's cool. But, then she kept on talking. And she said, Lee, I really, really enjoyed talking to you. Carl, how are you today? Welcome to the show. She said, I love the way that you have reinvented yourself so many times and done it so successfully, you're actually amazingly good at reinventing yourself. And then she went on to tell me, she said, she just said the conversation with me, although they couldn't use it for the radio spot, for the new people, this was on Al Jazeera of all places. And and not hating on Al Jazeera. I mean, it's just I just would not have ever thought Al Jazeera would call me up and want to interview me. But turns out they couldn't use it. But she said that she personally got a lot from the conversation, and that's cool because at the beginning of so that was 2 summers ago. This is now the fall. So in other words, not this past not the summer we just had, but a summer before that. So in January the 1st, the past January the 1st, past New Year's, I like to go through my phone and my LinkedIn notes and people that I've had some sort of contact with over the year at the beginning of the year. I like to just reach out to them again for no reason other than it's just networking, just valuing people, letting people know that they're more important to me than what they can do for me at the moment. So her phone number was on my phone, and because we had talked via phone, and so I just texted her. I said. Happy New Year. I had Googled her before I texted her. I'm just out of curiosity, and turns out she had a new job, and she was now working with the Wall Street Journal. I don't know anything about media jobs, but I'm guessing the Wall Street Journal's a step up for her, and she's in the Middle East and doing lots of cool things. So who knows? Maybe her little talk with me encouraged her to take another step in her life. I don't know. I would love to think that maybe I played a little tiny role in that. So let's talk about reinventing yourself. People talk about, people sort of bandy about, the words life changing and reinventing yourself and things like that. And some of it they get right, and this is according to Lee. Okay, some of it they get right, and some of it I think they don't get right. I think the big goal, one of the big goals in life, is for you to figure out who you are. You are a collection of things. Okay, talents, understandings, deep consciousness, things like that. I mean, we can't get we can't unpack that on this show, but your personality. So you're fundamentally a person, right? So when you think of reinventing yourself and stuff like that, I don't want you to think about becoming something other than what you are. Okay, I want you to think about growing into yourself. So one of the big goals in life is to get comfortable with who you are and grow into yourself. All right, it works, just believe me, it works a lot better when you do that. So instead of looking at other people doing other things and thinking, wow, they're happy, I think I'll be like them, look into yourself and think to yourself, what makes me happy? What makes me express my talents? What makes me express the reason I fundamentally believe God put me here? That's growing into yourself. So when I say reinvent yourself, I don't mean turn into another person or radically change your personality. What I mean is changing how you take your innate talents, your innate personality, and all that stuff, changing how you express that in a useful way in the world. Do you see the difference between those two? So that's what I mean by reinventing yourself. I mean, if you look at my life, salesperson, mathematics teacher, internet entrepreneur, network marketer, this whole thing can be on Periscope. This whole thing can be encapsulated by saying Lee is really good at communicating with other people. That's what the whole thing's about. See, so if I try to move my business, my expression in my life away from that person who is really good at communicating with other people, that's one of my core skills, right? If I try to move away from that, that's not going to work. But if I try to find other expressions of that, that will work. So there's a nuance about reinvention. So let's go with that second one. You are doing work to deepen your understanding of yourself, and it's, in whatever culture you live in, it's not easy because most cultures do not value you becoming you. They value you becoming some outward expression of generally nonsense. But so when I mean reinvent yourself, Rhett, think you just rejoined. Hope you're doing well. So when I say reinvent yourself, I mean basically figure out another way to take the real fundamental you and express that to other people, express that as value into the world. Chilihead, 1957. Good year. I was born that year. Express that into the world. So, and I am good at that, and I'm getting better at that. Now, how does that fit into my daily business scopes? How does that fit into making money online? How does that fit into things like network marketing and stuff like that? Well, the way we make money fundamentally, a lot of people misunderstand this too, and I might do a whole show on this. The way we make money fundamentally is by giving value. Okay, money is money is nothing more than preventing us from having to barter. Okay, that's what money's for. All right, so now you get into economics, and you get into the manipulation of money by central banks and stuff like that. That's a slightly different thing, but fundamentally, money is there to just facilitate exchanging services and goods. So I make money by creating value and by giving value to the world, and people give me their money, all right, because they value the thing that they're buying from me more than they value whatever, how much ever that money is, $10, $20, $1,000, whatever, more than they value whatever that money is. It's an exchange, okay? They would rather have the good or the service. I would rather have the money, so we exchange. So by reinventing yourself, what I'm talking about is using technologies. Now we're getting down to the internet, we're getting down to network marketing, et cetera, et cetera. Using technology and using the internet, using the communications devices, et cetera, that we have available to us today, and figuring out how to take our fundamental selves, create that as value, and give that out to the world. Then there are a bunch of different ways of doing that. So to reinvent yourself, you fundamentally can't change you probably fundamentally should not change your deep self, because that's not going to work. To reinvent yourself, you probably, and I say probably because, we're talking about a human being here, right? We're remarkably complex. To reinvent yourself, you probably need to to reinvent yourself economically or in a business way, you probably need to look at what you can give to the world that's valuable. Now, you may say to yourself, gee, I don't know what I can give to the world that's valuable. That's okay. If you will start this process, it will eventually become clear. When is eventually? I don't know. It could be next week or next year. Any kind of movement, progress in this direction is a good thing. So to reinvent yourself, you fundamentally can't change yourself. To reinvent yourself, you fundamentally can change how you express yourself, how you turn yourself into value and give that to the world. So really what you're looking for, if you feel the need to reinvent yourself, if you're stuck in a job you don't like, and this, I talk about business and money, but this has to do with everything, health, relationships, everything. If you're stuck somewhere and you don't like it, or you don't like certain aspects of it, you can't just throw the whole baby out with the bathwater, is what I'm saying. I mean, you've got to sit there and think, wow, okay, so I don't like that aspect of that. I need to do something different, or something perhaps allied, but with some different nuances to it. How can I do that? But I need to make sure that my fundamental self stays intact. I can't change my fundamental self. I can only deepen my fundamental self, which will help the process, and then figure out how I can add value in a different way to the world. That will work. And it turns out, just because of who I am, that I've done that in my life in a bunch of different ways, although they're very related. Salesperson, teacher, online entrepreneur, network marketer, those are all related by communication. So I would encourage you to take a deep look at yourself today And you don't have to get all crazy about it. Just kind of like open up your heart and your mind to this. Take a deep look at yourself. Pay attention to your inner urges. What are your inner urges? I don't mean your inner urge to eat 10 ice cream sundaes. That's probably not a great inner urge. But I mean your real fundamental healthy inner urge. Take a look at your inner urges and validate those. That is God telling you, your deep self telling you, hey, this is the direction you need to go. And it may not make sense. It may not make sense right off the bat. I need to do that. I don't understand how that's going to solve this problem, or I don't understand how that's going to address this issue. Well, you might need to move in that direction some. And then maybe this is one of those things, this happens to me a ton, where it becomes clear the farther I go in that direction. So, I would encourage you to think about this, to validate this, to give yourself the freedom to explore this. Because all of us human beings are moving towards something, and our lives work so much better when we are moving towards something positive that's a closer expression into the world of who we are. So I would encourage you to do that. Today's Friday. Won't have a show until Monday, 9 a.m. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for all the hearts. I love you. I would not have a business without you guys here, without people on social media, without people on my list. Hit me up on Facebook.com, Lee Cole Online. Connect with me. Connect with me on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/Lee Cole Online. And connect with me through my blog, internetmaverick.com. Let me know how I can help you out. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.